Hi and welcome all train enthusiasts and future tycoons. Today I would like to talk about Railroad Tycoon 3, one of the best games ever made, as the Railroad Tycoons Go. I would just like to do a little tutorial for all the ones that haven't played yet but thinking about it. The game still works on Windows 10. I do recommend it. Now, to start with, I'll just start with a single player and start a new campaign on an easy level just to show you what you can expect. Well, let's choose the first map. And I'll give you an idea how the game works. Now, the first campaign mission is to connect Boston to Buffalo. As you can see, there's different dates. That depends if you want to win a bronze, silver, or gold medal. To do the gold, you need to do it before 1856. You cannot build unconnected tracks, and you cannot resign or be removed as a chairman. Now, at the beginning, you're obviously being placed near Boston. You can start either way, at Boston or anywhere else if you really want to, but I wouldn't recommend it. And that's because it's already a fairly big town with the seaport, which will allow you to gain extra goods. Now, first thing you need to do is start a new company. Double click with your left mouse button. You can see the player investment. You always want to do the maximum investment, because if you do your maximum investment, you can also gain outside maximum investment. Now, I'm not going to change any company names or logos, but you can if you want to. You can choose the logo you like, change the name if you like. Now, the first thing you need to know is that this is on easy level. So when you play on easy level, you have more money available to start with. The first thing you want to do is click on the second icon on the menu screen here to build a station. I always start building a large stations. I literally don't see any point of making it any small one. Now we have the station built. The first one here says lay tracks. It's quite obvious icon there. Now what you gotta do, it's click on your left mouse button on the track and just continue your tracks. You just stretch it along. Now, as you can see, there is a few towns here. I want to connect all of these as much as possible, so I have income coming in, steadily income, so I don't have to worry about anything else. Obviously, you want as much money as possible so you can build your trucks as quick as possible, especially if you aim for gold. Now we have another little town here, Providence. I'm gonna connect that also. Like I specified earlier, because I have enough money on easy level, I can do this easily. I'll buy large stations everywhere. Now, once we had all the station builds and all the tracks connected to each other, what you need to do is click again on the station here, little second icon on the top, and you have to build service towers. Now this will allow the train to gain water and sun whenever they can. Most trains at the beginning, they set up to be diesels, because at the early stages. Also, you have to build maintenance facilities, otherwise your trains will be breaking down, and you don't want that. Now the next thing you need to do is buy yourself a train, or should I say few trains in this case. Now when you look on the trains here, you can obviously see the cost of them, the annual maintenance, fuel economy, acceleration, reliability, passenger appeal, which will affect the passengers, and engine types, which at the beginning is only steam available. Obviously they're showing you the speed depending how many cars you carry, and the grade of the tracks. Well, obviously if you have to build any on the hills or mountains, it will affect your speed. Now let's buy Norris here, which is the fastest ones at the moment. Now you just press here plus, like a looking plus station. Let's start in Boston, and let's build one to Worcester. Click OK. Now here you can adjust your cargo, which allow you to have more cars on each train. I usually always use dining cars, because when you don't have much goods to transport and you only carry passengers, the dining car will increase your income and it won't affect your speed. Once we have that, press buy. The first train is done. At the beginning of the game, as you can see, there is a speed for the game. It's paused at the minute. You have 6 types of speed, I mean including pause. It's very slow, normal, fast and very fast. Now I'm gonna buy a few more trains here. Next one I'll do will be Providence towards Lowell. I want to create a few trains so I have steady income. I'm going to create another one, Worcester to Lowell. Same thing again. And the last one will go from Lowell to Boston. Now I only have a single track built so far. As you can see, when you go on the track here, track build, you can build double tracks, but I do not want to do that just yet because it costs you more money. But it will affect your trains, which means the train with the most cars carry, or that carry most value, will ultimately be the ones that will go first. The rest will have to wait. Now you can bulldoze things if something's in your way, and at the same time you have 2 types of bridges, wooden and stone bridges. Of course, again, it affects the amount of money you have to pay for it, so I will just stick with the wooden ones. But at the same time it will affect your speed. Now you can see here I still have 734,000 available. You can have a look around if there's any businesses you can buy. In this case there's only one business here, Tool and Die, but unfortunately for the business to bring money you need iron, and unfortunately, as you can see, there is no iron available. You can actually have a look. Now the one here looking like a globe will show you the good supplies. So for example, if I want to check where iron is, all I have to do is click on iron and it will show me on a map if there's any available. In this case there is one here, but it's quite far, which means I can't use it, which means there is no point buying this particular business. Now if you click on the station now, it will show you all the goods available. For example, it shows you the wool is coming here. Let's have a look on wool, for example. There you go. There's it's traveling all the way from that side, from the west side, from the east side. If there is any cotton available, no, there isn't. At some point, maybe, if you have enough money, you can invest and buy a textile mill. To buy any buildings and businesses, again, you're clicking the second one. Here, you press place non-station building, and you can place post offices. I will just build them now, because post office will always increase the amount of post that you can carry that is generated in towns, and at the same time, if you have no other cargo, this will increase your income. Now, at the beginning, you only have few buildings, industrial buildings you can build, which is brewery, lumber mill, meat packing plant, paper mill, textile mill, and tool and die. But again, like I said, do not build or buy any of those unless you have a supply for them. Now, to check what you need in a particular building for the supply, all you have to do is press here, little like a square cubicle icon here, and it will show you what you need to produce. Now, once we started all this, I will go to game speed fast to make this video a little bit faster. And my trains now, if you want to look where the trains are, there's a little icon here which says view trains. And now you have shown all the trains and the cargo they carry. If you go over the cargo here, like a little circles like all together, band together, it will show you how much profit you're carrying. Obviously you have a speed as well of the trains down here. Now at this point I've already brought a little bit of money, so I'm going to double up my tracks from here onward towards Boston, just to increase the amount of trains and increase and help them to travel faster, so they don't have to keep meeting each other, and at the same time it will help me to bring money faster. Now once I do this, I can focus on building the rest of the trucks. Now this should help me to generate money much faster, and the trains shouldn't be in each other's way. Now what you need to know about this game is, this is economy game, which means you have to understand a little bit of how stock market works and how can you buy out the companies. Now I can here view all the companies, you can go on them and see the profits, the revenues. The next one is showing you all the stations. Now the one here, it's one more important ones. It will show you your profits and expenses. In the next one here, you will be able to issue bonds, which is basically a loan if you need one. Now when you do the loans is, you have credit rating, which at the minute I have BB, which probably only allow me to get one loan. Now this goes up to AAA. The AAA is the best prime rate, which is about 5% usually, and it will allow you to take much more loans than just one. Now what happened here now, we at the end of the first year, we click on the one here at the top, and it will show you all your profits and miles hauled and the revenues and average speeds. Now investors are happy with me, increase my salary. Now the one here at the top, at the bottom, it will show you your progress. Also you can have a briefing again if you need to have a look what you need to do. Now this is a very simple mission, so we don't have to really look into it all the time. Now the next icon here, it's your share price. Now you can issue the stock if you're short of the money and if you need to generate a little bit of money at a time. But I wouldn't recommend issuing stocks if you don't have to. If you have money, don't do it, because it will affect the price of your shares. You can buy back stocks, which ultimately will increase value of the company, but there's also no need to do it at the beginning. Now here we have a first bit of news. Economy forecast growing prosperity, which is good for us, because we can generate more profit, and at the same time any industrial buildings will produce much more. Now you can have here change dividend, which is not so important really. and also you can attempt a merger with another companies that are about. But to do this, I usually offer maximum price when I do it, but at the same time you want to buy the shares first because you make it easier. Also, if you go on the flag down here below, this is the right to build tracks and buy buildings in another country if it's available. Now, to buy shares, you click yet another one here in the middle at the bottom. It's a stock market. Now it's all your shares and your competition shares. If you ever want to overtake someone, you want to go on the view. The owner at the moment has 3,000 shares. If you want to ever merge with another company, you probably want to buy a bit more than they have for the merger to be successful. It's a little tip there. This one we already discussed. You can literally see all the goods that are available on the map. Now, once we've gone through the basics, the goal is to connect it to Buffalo. So I think it's time for me to start building tracks. So next, now we have boom times ahead, which is good news for me because I can quickly end my money as quick as possible. Now, I'm not going to bother going all the way to Springfield. I'm going to connect here straight here to Hartford. I'm going to try to show you and do this as quick as possible. Now in this case I need to build a bridge. Now you want to make sure that you're in a good position. You see here at the moment I did not do that track in the right position, so it's affecting the bridge that I have to build. If you need to change your track and you're still within this option, you can press here under last track replacement and you'll just disappear and you have another chance to do it. But once you come out from this, you won't be able to do it. The only thing you can do is bulldoze it. Yet another year passed and I'm doing quite well so far. No surprise there because I'm playing on easy level. So now I have to do this before 1856. So let's try this again. Let's make this bridge here. It costs me a little bit less money. Now to connect Hartford I need to build a station again, and I can't because the track needs to be a little bit longer, it's too close to the bridge. Now someone anonymously gave me a donation of 100,000, thank you very much. Now we have another station and it's quite far away from the next station, so I'm going to build a couple of service towers and only one maintenance facility somewhere in the middle. And now I'm going to get another train from Hartford to Worcester. I'll do the same thing again, maximum amount of cars plus dining car, apply to all the stations. Bye. Now I have another train that can bring me an income, so I can continue building my tracks. Now my next target will be Poughkeepsie, which is quite far away. I'm gonna need quite a bit of money to do this. Now you can, as you can see here, like I'm showing, you can build tunnels, but tunnels are much more expensive, and if you don't have to do it, avoid it. I'm just gonna try to go classic way on top of it. Now when you build tracks over the hills and in dense vegetation like forests, it usually will cost you a little bit more, unfortunately. But like I said, it shouldn't be too much of an issue at this stage. Now once I'm over the hills and connect to Poughkeepsie, my next target will be Albany. You can scroll it in and out, zoom in and out, so you can see my next target will be Albany. I will try to avoid all these mountains here because they will cause a lot of hassle and they will cost a lot of money to go through. So I'll go along the river, connect to Albany, then Attica, Syracuse, Rochester, and at the end Buffalo. Now here you can see the gateway is the stock has split 2 for 1, which is to do with the stock market, which means now my stock split will allow me to buy some more for cheaper price. Now this is saying now that I don't have enough cash to buy it. I'll go ahead anyways because my purchasing power here you can see is over 200,000, so I'll get 2 or 3, only 2 of those, so my cash is on the minus, but technically I still have that money. Now this is only for your personal worth. It's not always an objective, but some missions will be an objective to get your personal worth to a certain amount. So it's good to know how to achieve your personal worth, and it's usually through the stock market and the shares that you buy. That's the easiest way to gain personal money. Now we're nearly here at the Poughkeepsie now. Let me zoom in a little bit so I can see a bit better. I don't want to go across the river just yet. I just want to go along. I just want to connect another station so I can generate more profit. Now I have to wait for a moment to get another 200k so I can build another station. I never usually build small or medium stations unless you play on harder levels and you don't have a choice, when you don't have enough money for it. There we go, another one done. Now again, this is quite a long run, so I will build a few service towers. Don't have enough money at the minute. I have to wait for my trains to get there, bring me some more cash. Now as soon as I connect them towns, I will build post offices again to make sure that there's a little bit extra cargo available. Now these facilities, maintenance facilities, they cost about 100,000, so I have to wait. There we go, I have another one. And next thing is buy a train. Same thing again, dining cars. Don't have enough money again. And we have another year ended. Economy is booming, which is good news for me. Well, I'm gonna speed this up even a bit more so we don't have to wait so long. I'm gonna play on the maximum speed. Now let's try it again. Buy a train. 8 cars, dining room. Buy. Now next thing is, like I said before, I'm gonna get a post office for both of those towns to increase the amount of cargo available and continue with my trucks. Now I'll have a look. There we go. There is some nice profit coming in soon, as you can see here. Allow me to build more tracks. Now I have to go over the river, which usually costs much more because you have to build a bridge, especially in the long run. And then I can connect it to Albany. Yet another year is gone. 1844. There we go, it will allow me to build the bridge now. Now it should be a little bit easier, more flat terrain. Like I said earlier, you don't want to go through any mountains if you don't have to. I go along the river, which the terrain is flatter. You don't have to worry so much. It will cost you less and the trains will travel faster. Now here we go, and the new locomotive is available. It's much faster, as you can see, more powerful, but the passenger appeal is ugly, which might affect your amount of passengers that board your train. I won't bother buying it right now, maybe on the next turn when I connect new town. This is just to show you the basics for anyone who haven't played this game yet, but I do recommend it. I've spent lots of hours playing this game. There's still one map that I've never been able to finish with the gold medal, which is alternate USA in the scenarios mode. Very difficult, even on easy. Now I'm gonna keep continuing going along the river here as much as I can. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Don't know why it's so expensive. I think it's trying to build a bridge somewhere that I don't need one. Maybe I'll just go this way instead. I just need a bit more money and I'll be able to build in a sec. There we go. And I'll just continue going across the along the river. Now I'm gonna check what my trains are doing. All of them seems to be bringing income. Now I connected Albany now, so again I'm gonna create here a couple of service towers, one maintenance facility, and I'll buy another train. I'm gonna invest in the new train this time, the one that's just been discovered. It's a little bit faster, more powerful, and we have a bit more hills around here, so it will allow trains to travel a little bit faster. Now my next target here is gonna be Attica. And afterwards I will show you how to merge and buy out the companies. Because we already have here another company from Syracuse to Watertown, I will take over them and connect to their own station, and the next target will be Rochester, and my target Buffalo. Now here we have Attica. I can buy another station now and connect another, and then get another train to keep increasing my profits. So it's a bit easier. Again, it's quite a long run. So I'm going to create a couple of station towers and just one maintenance facility. Now Attica, Albany. Yet another year passed. We still have a few years left for the gold. It's 1856, so we have another 8 years left. Of course, that's also if your goal is gold. my goal is always gold. Now, I'm going to check which company this is. I'm going to zoom in. This is, okay, so this is the one that's worth $6. As you can see here, you go on the stock market. Now, every now and then you might have things like this popping out, investments and information about what's happening. You can invest money and you can either increase the technology and speed of your locomotives, or simply invest 100,000 and increase the usage of passengers. I will go with technology and increase speed. Now, to buy them out, like I said before, you want to buy some stocks of this company first. So as you can see, there is two different shareholders. I'm going to buy as much as I can. There you go. I have now 10,000 of shares of this company. Will make it easier for me to take them over. So now what you're going to have to do is now go to company detail. Go to like looking like almost like a light bulb or light or something like that. I don't know how to call this. And now you can go and do a temp merger. Now the company I want to buy is the second one, Syracuse and Watertown. At the moment, the minimum value, the minimum offered price, you can offer 231,000. I usually always offer maximum amount, which is usually double the basic one. It's 462,000, and I'm gonna press OK. Merger succeeds. So now all the assets that belong to them belong to me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to this town. Now as you can see here, I click on the station of the ones I just took over. You can make the station larger if it wasn't already large. Same on the other side, make it larger, upgrade. And now I'm going to connect my tracks to them. From Attica. Oops, that didn't work very well. That's better. And at the same time, I'm going to build a new one coming out towards Rochester already. Now I should be having available a couple of trains, the ones that I just took over. There we go, there's one here that is traveling to Syracuse. I'm going to cancel here on the train. Once you click on your train, I'm going to cancel this Watertown station, and instead I'm going to divert it. Oh, my stock split again, very nice. I'm going to another year ended. I'm going to divert it to Attica from Syracuse. and I'm going to increase the amount of cars plus dining card again, and again I'm going to click on the another one that I took over because they only have 4 cars at the minute, increase the amount of cards and put dining card with it. Now all I gotta do now is connect and go towards Rochester. Let me zoom in a little bit. Now there is another information here. It says that there are more powerful locomotives these days, and now the old locomotives can only cart half of the cars that you had. Now I don't really usually get bothered with changing those. I still leave a maximum amount, even though they're slower, they still carry more. Now here you have a new building available, distillery. Now to have distillery you need the supply of either sugar or fruit to gain profits out of it. I will not bother at the minute to buy one. I'll show you in a moment once I connect the next station. I'll show you next how to buy and upgrade buildings, industrial buildings. Now to start with, let me connect. I'll have a little problem here, so I'm gonna have to bulldoze some of that track. And I'm gonna go over the river, if you allow me. No, that didn't work. Let me go back again. Didn't quite work the way I want it. Oh, I think there is something in my way, this little building here, which I'll just literally gonna bulldoze. There we go. And I can continue with my tracks. Now build another bridge, another station. Again, service towers, don't forget about those, because it will affect you, and the longer they run, the more you want. Usually couple will do one service facility. I'm gonna build more post offices. It's a good habit to build post offices in towns you have. It really will help, especially when you play on the harder levels. There we go. Build one here, and there is already one here. Now I will not connect that to Buffalo just yet, because I want to show you how it works with the businesses. So as you can see here, there is tool and die, but there is no supply of iron. We had earlier here textile mill, which obviously have a supply. But when you click buy, because it's been already running successfully for a few years, it's much more expensive than if you buy it yourself, a brand new one. Now you have brewery here that usually works with grain, but at the same time we have fruit orchards, and also the seaport was upgraded, which producing much more supply. It's supplying sugar, and sugar can be used by distilleries. So now I'm going to pause it for a moment. I'm going to go build station or non-station buildings, and you can see now distillery here. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to buy one. And the only reason I'll do this because it's, like I said, supply of sugar and fruit. Now once you bought one, you can click on it, you can see what it needs. Like as I just said, produces one per year if you supply one per year. Now you can upgrade it. I have just enough money to upgrade it, so I will upgrade it here. Now it's going to produce double the amount. Now let's see what happens when we continue playing. You click on the station, you can see all the supplies like wool, fruit, sugar, milk, everything that comes into this town. and everything that can be shifted back into another town in your train. So let's have a look. How is our distillery doing? Now, as you can see, already started producing alcohol and bringing profits. The more supply it has, the more we produce. The better economy is, the state of economy is, the better the income. Now, once we have this sorted, let's just quickly connect Buffalo, and this first quest will be done. Oh, I think I forgot to buy a train here. Now let me quickly buy a train. Oh, actually, I won't even bother buying now at this stage. I'll just show you what happens when I connect Buffalo. Here we go. Boston Buffalo, link to the future. The first mission of campaign done with the gold medal. So this is basics. This is basics of the game. I do not recommend to anyone who does not like dealing with economy or stock markets, because you will need that knowledge at some point, but you can learn that in the game. I did explain it about that, and I hope you're gonna have fun playing it, for those who haven't played it yet, and for all the train maniacs out there who already played it and know this game very well. Good luck getting all the golds, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I could be helpful here, and I hope that that when you have questions and comments, please don't hesitate. Put the comments underneath, and you might enable me to create more videos about these games. But for now, I'll end here my little introduction, and have fun. Good luck. Thank you very much.